Are you looking for a way to improve managing your finances by using expense tracker? However, you can't seem to find one that also includes your investment contributions? Well, if so, I have just a spreadsheet for you. My name is Edwin Vasquez. I also go by IDV, and today I'm going to share with you my free budget expense tracker. With in addition to your income and expenses, it also include your investment contributions and your net worth. This spreadsheet is simple to set up, easy to use, and very customizable. So, without further ado, let's jump into the template. I'll start by giving you a general overview of the template and how to use it, and then I'll jump to my personal spreadsheet and give you a breakdown of all the investments I've been contributing to this past year. So once you download the template, what you'll want to do is go up to File and make a copy. It'll open up in your dashboard, and you'll have the year, your starting balance, which will be any cash you have in your checkings, starting net worth, and savings and cash, which will be like your emergency fund. At the top will be two graphs, the first being your net worth, and the second will be of your income, expenses, and your investments. Next up will be your summary. You have your income and expenses and your net savings. Now your net savings is the difference between your income and expenses. And you'll have all your investments and ending balance. Now your ending balance net worth calculation will also include the previous month. So as you can see, if we go to the right, it's growing, including the previous months. Next is the breakdown of your income and a breakdown of all your investment categories. This chart here is going to be an average of each category throughout the year. And finally, we'll have a breakdown of all the investments. We'll have two graphs here. The left one will be a pie chart of each of the category amount, and then you have your yearly breakdown by month. See here at the bottom, there's 4 other tabs. The first 3 in expenses, income, and investments are going to be basically the totals of all your transactions, and this is where the dashboard is pulling all its data from. Let's jump into expenses. All right, expenses, it's going to be broken down in the same categories you saw on the dashboard, but there's also going to be subcategories. So let's go through. We have your debt, education, entertainment, everyday, food and dining, gifts, health and medical, home, kids, pets, shopping, technology, transportation, travel, utilities, and other. So that'll be like a catch-all. Now, with the expense spreadsheet, along with your income and investments, you can customize it any way you want. So you can take out some of the subcategories or add new ones in. Let's just say we'll go up to food and dining. Say like you want to, you never have food delivery, so you can just go right here and delete it. Or if you need you wanted to have another breakdown, like your groceries by store, you can also add in a new row. And let's just do here, and you can add a new row. Let's just add a row below, and we just want to have a separation between each of these. So you can just copy one row and just do let's just do a paste here, and you can rename any of them. So we'll just call this one Kroger. All right, and I'll have all the right calculations already in store when you copy the other row. So we'll just undo that. All right, now moving on to your income, you'll have your wages and your other. And the same thing with the income, you can customize it. Let's just say you're an Uber driver. That'll be your second paycheck. So you can add that one in. And the important thing with all these subcategories is when we move to transactions, you'll be able to utilize those to break down all your expenses and, of course, income and investments. So let's just put that up. All right, in your investments, I have it broken down into retirement, broker's account, real estate, alternative assets, and cash. Moving on to transactions. Now this is basically, once you set those up, the expense, income, and investments to the categories you want, or you can take some out. Let's just say you don't have any pets, you can delete that section. That will be like a one-time thing, and transactions where you're basically in all the information where you spend the time in, and then of course the dashboard will reflect all those changes. So in order to use the transaction side, is as you see, I put in some basic sample data for you, and let's just say we want to add July's data. So we'll add rent for July. Right here, you'll just put like 7, let's just say July 1st. So it'll be 7/1. And then let's just put in another 2,000 for the rent, and description, basically optional. I like to use it like for grocery. I'll break it down based on store just so I have more, I guess, clarity on which stores I'm pulling grocery for, or I have like food delivery, so I might have like every plate and then I'll have Home Chef. So that's what the description is for. Um, then we'll just put, for the example, rent here. And then right here, as I mentioned before, these drop downs are going to correspond with all the subcategories that you have in the expense. So these drop downs will only reflect the subcategories in the expense tab. And then for income, it'll be the income, and then investments will be investments. All right. And then right here, once you click here, you can type in, let's just say rent, and it'll pop up right there. And as you see, if I go here, you'll have all your other ones. All right. Going up here, this will be your income, and you can do the same thing. You add your next line, and over here, you'll have all your investments. So let's just say in here, we want to add in a new line for May. We'll just say you can just copy here and just say you wanted to add in another transaction for your ETFs and M1 Finance, because that's a category I have here. You can just highlight those 3 lines, just right click here, and you can do insert cells and shift down. So right there, we'll just put May 25th again. And let's just add $50 to our ETF, M1 Finance ETFs. And right there, and as you go, let's go over to investments. You see right there, we added in, where's May? Right there. So it's very, very nice that it'll pull all that data from you. And if you go over to dashboard, you can see up here in your broker's account, it added that $50 there. So everything is connected all together, which is pretty great.
If you're finding value in this video, let me know by smashing that like button. And also drop a comment down below and share how you're currently managing your budget, whether you're using a spreadsheet or an app or something else.
I'm going to be jumping over to my spreadsheet and give you a breakdown of all the different investments I'm in. Under retirement, I just have my Roth IRA, and that's because my 401k and HSA get taken out before I receive my paycheck. So in this spreadsheet, I'm just simplifying things. My broker's accounts, I have various ones. Titan, M1 Finance, Webull, and SoFi, each one has their own different purpose. With Titan, they pick and manage those stocks. With M1 Finance, I'm going to be really using just for a dividend portfolio and also kind of comparing different ETFs. Webull is primarily going to just be for trading. For the real estate and alternative assets, the reason I just started with these a couple months ago, because I want to start diversifying my portfolio. I have a good chunk into stock, so I've been looking at other ways to broaden what I'm investing in. With real estate, I have Caltier Diversifund, Fundrise, and Realpha. Now, basically for Caltier Diversifund and Fundrise, the reason I'm looking at all 3 of those is because I really want to see how they compare to each other, which one performs better, and the pros and cons. I'm going to be making videos going forward, looking at each of them individually and also comparing them to each other. Now, Realpha is a little different. It's still with, of course, real estate, but they're more short-term rentals with Airbnb. while the other ones are more for investing in 5 to 10 years. As far as alternative assets, just started in VinoVest, and VinoVest is investing in wine, and WhiskeyVest is a spinoff from them. They're still kind of building, and I'm on a waiting list for WhiskeyVest. But along with real estate and alternative assets, my goal is to get my overall portfolio about 30% is outside of stocks.
If you're interested in seeing other videos with me going over my portfolio, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Well, that's about wraps up everything. Catch you in my next video.